For showers and thunderstorms. We're not going to see much in the way of sunshine, so you're just going to have to wait. We're going to have to wait until next week to see that sun, and it's still going to be pretty humid, muggy, warm the next few days. So here's a look out there right now. There's a few very light sprinkles or showers, and that's going to be the case as we move forward into the overnight hours as well. Overall, the majority of us are dealing with dry conditions and temperatures that are in the mid to upper 70s. It's currently 78 degrees in Dallas, 75 in Fort Worth right now. Temperatures off to the northwest in the upper 70s. A few spots farther near the Red River where we saw a little bit more rainfall earlier in the mid 70s. Let's take a live look outside in UNT and Denton. 75 degrees out there. We've got Love Field at 78 currently, again with mostly cloudy skies. Now our overnight planner is going to be very warm. I mean, we are going to stay where our normal afternoon temperatures should be. So 74 at 7 o'clock, 72 by 9 o'clock, 68 by midnight, and then as we go into 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, expect really the mid 60s for tomorrow morning. Overall dry. Rain chances go up even more as we go into Friday, and big time this weekend. Details in a few minutes.
All right, Kaylee, thank you. And
brighten up things when we're dealing with this gloomy weather. I mean, for days we're going to be continuing to deal with this. It's 76 degrees in Cedar Hill. You can see the cloud cover out there. Right now at DFW Airport it's 77, so it's warm. It's also muggy with the dew point in the upper 50s. That's the measure of the moisture in the air. We started off this week with dew points in the 20s, so we've really pumped in that moisture from the south, and that's because of the winds. The one thing here at the 4 o'clock hour, winds are nowhere near as bad as they have been. Now that doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. We are going to see them go back up, but they're not quite as gusty as they were. We are going to continue to see them out of the south well into the weekend, so expect temperatures to be well above normal once again tonight. Here's a look. 46 is where we should be overnight. 66 in Fort Worth is where we're going to be tonight. 65 in Dallas. This is where we should be in the afternoon this time of year, and that's where we're going to be overnight. And in the afternoon tomorrow, we're going to be back up once again into the upper 70s. So you've got 79 in Fort Worth, 83 in Mineral Wells, compared to 74 in Sulphur Springs. Tyler at about 75 degrees. Another day where we're more than close to 10 degrees above normal Saturday before the actual storm system arrives. Now, once that happens, as we go into Saturday night and Sunday, much cooler air is going to be moving in, but that's just going to get us closer to where we should be. So it's not going to be a cold stretch of weather. It's still going to be considered above normal. Once we get into the middle of next week, St. Patrick's Day here on Wednesday, you're going to see those temperatures right where they should be or even below to wrap up next week. So we're kind of pleasing everybody. So if you don't quite want this warm and humid weather around quite this early, don't worry, it's not going to stick around for the entire 10-day forecast. Here's a look at satellite and radar right now. There's been a few showers up near the Red River. We're seeing a few showers developing farther to the south and west. Overall, you can't rule out an isolated shower out there tonight and tomorrow, but the main round of showers and thunderstorms will arrive for us as we go into the weekend. So I want to start at Saturday night. What's going to happen is we're going to see showers and thunderstorms develop in West Texas, and that's going to move into the western part of North Texas. 9 o'clock in the evening. The best chance for these storms to pack their punch are going to be from Mineral Wells, Bowie to the west. As they move to the east, two things are happening here. They're weakening because look at the time, 1 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes you see storms keep their intensity overnight. Most of the time they start to fizzle out because you lose the loss of daytime heating, which helps the atmosphere become unstable. This is good news. We want them to weaken. So they're going to continue to weaken as they move to the east. So for Saturday and Saturday night, the severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center has a marginal risk, which is the lowest risk category, for spots just to the west of DFW, and then a slight risk for the western parts of North Texas. Then as we go into Sunday, here's Sunday morning as that line continues to move to the east, 7 o'clock. You can see it continue to make its way into East Texas by the afternoon and then completely out of here. So that concern for any type of strong to severe storm will shift to the east as we go into Sunday. So DFW, I still want you to know where to get your warnings. We have the WFAA app. It can alert you just like a weather radio. We keep updates on there, and we also, if you lose power, you can get our live weather coverage if we are doing that right there. Weather call as well on WFAA.com/weather call. You can get a phone call if you have a warning for your area, and you can always find us on social media. Otherwise, going back over the forecast for tonight, warm, muggy, 65 degrees with mainly cloudy conditions. Another cloudy day tomorrow. A few showers, breezy. You can't rule out a thunderstorm as well. Not out of the question, but coverage is going to be only about 20%. Same thing during the day Saturday. Saturday night, two things are going to happen. Those storms are going to move in and we're going to spring forward, so keep that in mind. But if you're going to be out and you're going to be doing anything outside, it's just muggy, it's sticky, and it's not as windy as it was, but it's still pretty windy. We do have a few showers up near the Red River. Most of us, though, dry. A small shower just to the really right over Cisco, Texas. If you look here at temperatures, they're anywhere from the mid to upper 70s. Dallas, 78. Here's what it looks like. Just gloomy. It's like the never-ending story clouds. Does anybody know the never-ending story?
The never-ending story.
And because I continue to push a dog on Sonia, I'm going to do it again. So we got to take the dog for a walk tonight. It is going to be great because as we move forward into the weekend, rain is going to kind of get in the way of that. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Get a dog.
We'll see. I'm
week to get some of that sunshine. So I want you to look at this. Just take a second. Our overnight low was 68 degrees. Our normal high in the afternoon is 67. We were warm. We didn't even drop to the normal high temperature today. That is just how above normal we are at this point, and we're going to continue that trend till next week as well. 77 degrees out there at DFW Airport. We've got south winds, not quite as gusty as it was earlier and it was yesterday, but we're going to relax a little bit tonight, and then we're going to go right back up as we go into the day tomorrow. But we are going to keep that mild air around. Once again, 20 degrees above normal overnight, with mid to upper 60s is the coolest we will get. And then as we go into the day tomorrow, pretty much copy paste what we have today with temperatures in the upper 70s. So 78 in Dallas, 79 in Fort Worth, and a few 80s out to the west. Here's a look at the changes that we will see eventually, and that is going to be as we go into the weekend, into the beginning of next week. So tomorrow, still warm, or Saturday, still warm. Sunday, it starts to cool down after that storm system moves on through here. Now, it does warm up briefly, but we're closer to normal. And then bingo, St. Patrick's Day, temperatures right where they should be for this time of year. And it looks to stay that way the rest of next week into next weekend, and you'll see that with the 10-day forecast. Before we get to that point, though, we have to see those rain chances go up, and we do need the rainfall to be nice, but we also do have a chance of some stronger thunderstorms, so you got to take with the good with the bad. But the good news is not all of us are going to see that chance for severe weather, and I'll talk about why in just a second. But here's a look at the coverage of rainfall that we are going to see. Tonight, 10% in coverage, 20% in coverage as we go into the day on Friday. Saturday, 20% in coverage, and then it jumps up Sunday. This time frame is mainly going to be after about 10, 11 o'clock at night on Saturday through 7, 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. That's the main time frame here, and you can see that with our time cast, which is why I'm starting it at about 5 o'clock. You can see the thunderstorms that are off to the west. They're going to fire in West Texas. They're going to be stronger in West Texas. The timing of when these storms move through, and if you were watching last half hour, I said the exact same thing because it's true. You lose the loss of daytime heating overnight, which fuels these thunderstorms. So we're happy to lose that fuel, right? Doesn't mean that these won't still pack a good punch, but they are going to weaken some as they move closer to most of North Texas. The best chance for these storms to have wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and large hail is going to be for folks like Haskell to Eastland up to Bowie and over to Wichita Falls. But it doesn't mean it's not going to happen here in DFW, but it's going to get lower and lower as it moves to the east. So here's a look at what the Storm Prediction Center is highlighting. The same locations I was just talking about, slight risk in the yellow. Green is the lowest risk level. Maybe an isolated storm reaches that severe criteria. And then as it moves to the east, 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, as you're getting up, you may hear some rumbles of thunder, some heavy amounts of rainfall, and there could be a storm within there that still packs a good punch. And will continue to do so as it moves off to the east as we go through the day on Sunday. Most of us, though, will start to dry out by lunchtime on Sunday, so you're going to be able to get out there and enjoy a nice day once we get those storms out of here. But yes, the Storm Prediction Center is still wanting locations from DFW to the east to keep an eye out. So you make sure to stay weather aware. I showed this earlier, but know where to get your warnings. This is while we're sleeping, so you really aren't going to be paying as close of attention. So have the WFAA app. It is so important to have when we could have these storms because it can wake you up and alert you. Also, you can get a phone call with Weather Call, and of course, follow us on social media. Otherwise, here's a quick look at what's going on tonight. Yeah, there's a chance of a sprinkle or a light shower, but most of us will will stay dry and warm. 77 degrees tomorrow with south winds 15 to 30 miles per hour. We also spring forward this weekend, and can you believe it's St. Patrick's Day next week? Much quieter though next week. Yeah, I'm watching a chance for rain, but the models are not in a good agreement with this, so I could be taking this out as we get into the day tomorrow, but still a much better setup next week.
I like that little leprechaun too.
Yeah, he's awesome.
All right.